Hey Floss Tube, it's Lee from Creatively here on Sunday, 17 November 2024 with Floss Tube number 245. Welcome back to my weekly YouTube channel about counter cross stitch. I am thrilled to have you here. I still have a croaky voice, so I apologise from that, but I am much better. But yeah. It's a lovely quiet weekend. I needed a lovely quiet weekend to try and fully recover from this bloody virus. I had a bit of a relapse or just thought I was better. But yeah, last week was really rough for a couple of days. I actually took another COVID test, a rat test on maybe Wednesday. I was really struggling with coughing and feeling kind of quite crap, but I texted my neighbours and said, do they have any? Because I had run out and I didn't feel like going down to a pharmacy or sending someone to a pharmacy. Anyway, she dropped some off and still neck, but I think I was really struggling with asthma. And I think having gone out on Tuesday night to Stephen Fried, it was a really late night, and just the cold sort of triggered, and having been sick or still sick, triggered triggered my asthma. And Wednesday I just couldn't get it under control. So not enough sleep, too much work, being sick, just all kind of meant for a bit of a crap week. That being said, I still worked close to 50 hours for my 37.5-hour week. Some stuff we had to get done, but also I'd been away sick the week before and trying to catch up. And then, especially on Wednesday night, whenever I lay down, I just couldn't breathe. So I was sort of up until, 1:30. So I just had a really hot shower, steam, Vicks, all the things to try and keep the airways open, and almost called an ambulance at one stage because I'm like, maybe I need something else, but managed to get it kind of manageable, and then started to improve after that. So I think it was mostly the asthma, but yeah, I'm still, still like coughing and snotty and disgusting, but generally feeling a lot better, just needing lots of sleep. So apologise for the croaky voice. I sound worse than I feel. 100% sound worse than I feel. So it's just my voice is a delicate instrument, and it's so easily impacted by what's going on. It's really bright outside. Like, it's such a lovely sunny day. I'm squinting, so I apologise for that as well. I don't have a headache. I just can't keep my eyes open. What a great start we have to this video. Just looking at my notes. Oh yeah, so Stephen Fry started at 8 p.m, which, that's been my bedtime of late. And we got 3 hours, so it finished just on 11 with a small interval. And then by the time my friend dropped, one colleague home in Karori, and then took me out to her hut, and then she had to drive. She had a 2-hour drive, but that was her choice. I did offer her to stay, but she prefers to sleep in and would rather drive. She probably got home at like 1 in the morning. I was still awake because I couldn't breathe, but it was really good. It's very conversational, anecdotal. Stephen's he's so good with words. He's just got such a lovely way of speaking, and it was entertaining. The second half, he responded to questions. So, at one stage talked about mental health, because if he sort of struggled with being bipolar, and late diagnosis of bipolar, and has been through some pretty dark periods in his life. So that was certainly really interesting for him to talk candidly about that, and how, the coping things that he's found. It was really enjoyable. Just late for Tuesday night, and I wasn't coughing. I was pretty good on Tuesday night. I felt quite good, but I think the late night, the cold air, and I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. I'm getting there, hopefully. I'm sure I am. So yeah, 5 weeks left at work. Literally, figuratively, that's it. That's it. I've got 25 days of work employed by the New Zealand government. So that is weird, and we've got so much to do. And my boss left on Friday, so to go into the office on Friday, and went to his little farewell. So we walked to the station together, and yeah, it was very weird. Very weird seeing him off after such a long time. And I've written down home. Oh, I don't know what I mean. I've got these really scrawly notes. Here's my writing. Like, no wonder I can't read it. Oh, right, yeah, Dad's house has been on the market, what, a week and a half? And according to the real estate agent, and they do tend to, try and create optimism, but been quite a few people through it. The fact that it's empty means it's easy for people to go through it when it suits them rather than it suiting the people, who are in situ. I think he had 2 or 3 showings yesterday. There's another second open home today. But he said seemed to be some genuine interest, and he was expecting maybe a couple of offers on Monday. So we'll see. Hope, it's be good if there are people interested in Dad's little house. So we can't do anything else other than hope the right person sees it at the right time. But yeah, fingers crossed that, we do get a decent offer, at least a good couple of nibbles. And yeah, thanks to everybody, all your comments last week. For, of course, I have a giveaway, so you get a lot of comments, but I had some lovely comments and some clever uses of the keywords. And I think I responded to something like 195 comments. And I responded to every single one of them. That's what I do on the train. Often, yeah, I take that sort of 40 minutes, 2 or 3 times a week to comment back on all my comments while I'm on the train. It seems a really good use of my time. But yeah, look, stay here till the end, and I've got everybody written down on this piece of paper. I sat there and did all the random comment picker, and yeah, I'll read them out. I'll let you know at the end who's the winners. I'm back. I forgot my cup of tea over on the bench. And my throat needs it. Also, by the time I film the video, it would be cold, and there's nothing worse than a not hot cup of tea. I don't know why hot came out as hot. Not a hot cup of tea. I don't know, random. Okay, what else is going on? Talked about work, talked about being sick, Stephen. That's it really. So yeah, I am just having a really quiet weekend, just trying to eat some extra, got some oranges, so having some extra vitamin C and drinking cups of hot tea. I must get something out of the freezer so I have food. I don't even know. Just today's going to be laundry. I need to, if I can breathe, get enough, half of my lawn's done. So I only got half of my lawn's done last week. Both I ran out of puff, the battery ran out, and the bin was full. So, that's okay. Should we get on to some stitching stuff? New. I do have something in. I have my Silks for You Silk of the Month Club for October, and this month we have these beautiful 5 skeins of tonally variegated flosses and these lovely, I don't even know what to call them, 3 sunset colours and these 2 neutrals, and I love this palette together. I don't know if I'd want to stitch a piece. I would want to stitch a piece with these 5 colours. What would it look like with 5, like a geometric-y thing with 5 quite highly variegated? Would that be too much? I'm not sure. I'm going to keep them together because I love them and I just think they're beautiful. It's just nice to look at. I mean, part of the enjoyment of getting beautiful materials is my precious is just to enjoy them, really. And that's what I've been doing. So I don't even know where my mind has gone, to be fair. So that's all I've got in. Stitching, I stitched on 4 projects. Well, I actually stitched on 5. I did some secret stitching. You'll see it in December. You may recall all year I've been part of the New Zealand ATC swap, and I didn't join the Halloween one or the Christmas one, the sort of extra ones, but I've just joined the quarterly ones. And I've stitched, so this theme, it's due 15 December, and the theme is summer, and I have stitched the previous 3 I've stitched twice. I've already done that as well. So I keep one for myself and keep one for my swap person. So I stitched both of the projects on a scrap of 40 count linen. I'm struggling. And I don't know what I'm trying to say. I need to fully finish them. It's the earliest I've been, given it's still a month away, and I'm typically finishing when it's due because I'm shit at finishing. And these are really easy to finish. So I probably will get them finished today or next weekend just to get them ready. Yeah, it's just yay me. I guess being off sick, I've had a little bit of extra time sitting on my bum. Being off sick and not being able to lie down and breathe means I've had a little bit of extra time on my bum. So that means I've had more time to stitch because I haven't done anything else. That's how that works. So yeah, some secret stitchings, but I can show you 4 projects. So should I do that? Because it's 15 minutes in or 10 minutes in or whatever. So I talked about some goals that I was working on in November to finish the Nora Floral Dreams, finish that, showed you that last week, and then also to finish my 2 black samplers that I had from last year. And so they were both in the rotation. I don't do a rotation. They were both in the mix this week. So on Sunday, after my video, I just picked up The Red and the Black 2 by Prairie Moon to carry on with that, and I finished it. So this was a stash sampler start back on the 23rd of September 2023. I started a bunch of samplers with Narissa, and I finished on the 11th of November 2024. So The Red and the Black 2 is on 36 count Grandpa's sleeve from XG Designs. 6 for You PR70 is the black, and Victoria Modern Sample Shop Scrumptious Red is the red. And here it is. I had to finish that stitch that top central motif and the top row of alphabet. That's all I had to do. And this top central motif was quite a kind of quickish one to stitch. It was easy to, get a length of thread and just sort of stitch and not have to stop and restart. So every time I restarted was pretty much with a new length of thread. So you're threading your needle anyway. It only has a little bit of red and just little tiny dots. So that is that. And I added just my initials down that gap I'd left. Similar initials to when I finished The Red and the Black 1, which was in 2020. So sort of similar style. So they're not the same size. On the 2 charts, they suggested stitching on either on different size fabrics. So I think like one was on, I don't know, say 30 count, one was on 36 count or something like that. I stitch these both on 35 count, 36 count, and it makes them a similar size, but they aren't exactly the same. They're complementary. They're not, you know, like a twin set or anything. One day I'll show them together, but I'd have to go through my huge pile, and I'm not doing that right now. Also, completely freaking irrelevant, really, isn't it? I don't know where to put my cup. I have to move this list. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So, goal number 2 for November finished, because we had the Nora, the 2 black samplers, and my 2 leap year stitching. Those are the things that I want to get done during November. So did that, and then I actually picked up, I want a little break from black. Like, I finished that so early. I'm like, let's do something else. So I picked up my Frances Sweet Love from Stone Street. I can't say it. I've never been able to say it. This is, if I don't pause, this is how I say it if I don't think about it. Frances Sweet Love, Stone Street Stitch Works. It doesn't work. Frances Sweet Love from Stone Street Stitch Works. Man, so this is a reproduction sampler. I've started this also during my stash sampler starts in 16th of September. I am fiddling with the personalization to make it sort of in I guess commemoration to remember my paternal grandmother, Elizabeth Beryl Green. So that's changed, and I'm using my own colors, and this is stitched in sort of 2 colors. I'm not really following the guidelines. I'm just mostly in Okefenokee because that's such a great word, and I love the dark green. So 40 count oyster from Country Stitch, our fabulous local dyer, Catherine, and using my own over-dyed cotton conversion. And this still is about, I'm right on halfway now. There's a big old square sampler. So it's with huge rows. The rows are really massive. So that's where we're at now. And I'll zoom in. Okay, move my arms. On where I got done. So I got that bloody top alphabet done, which is that and the row beneath. Those 2 dark rows are all 4-sided stitch. And I don't like 4-sided stitch as much as you think I might. It takes so long. I would much rather do eyelets a million times more than the 4-sided stitch, but it looks amazing. I love how it looks. Thrilled to have it done. Took me 2 evenings, I think Thursday, and I don't know when I did it. 2 evenings to do, and I'm thrilled. The rest of the chart is all X's, I think. Geez, what's that row? No, I'm pretty sure it's all X's. And if you don't like alphabets, don't do this chart. You'll see the next, so we're halfway, we're up to here, we've got that alphabet in. The rest of it's all X's, but you'll notice in the alphabets that dear Frances liked having a good practice, and everything is at least 4 times. You've got 4 A's, 4 B's, 4 C's, etc, etc, etc. So she obviously liked to practice, or she absolutely loved doing alphabets. So if you don't like alphabets, Jude, you wouldn't stitch this because, you know, and you get to stitch them 4 times, not just in uppercase, but lowercase as well. Thankfully, I love stitching letters. Do I say love? I find letters go really quickly, but essentially I've got the equivalent of 8, because we've got uppercase, lowercase, each letter 4 times. I've got basically 8 alphabets to stitch. And then this random row at the top of eyes, or they look like capital I's, the same as the I down here and that whole row. So why the hell not? Let's just shove a whole lot of, but I like how it looks. Mostly I'm going to be stitching in Okefenokee. I might do like she has done here and do one of the, like the lowercase in the lighter colour and that in the darker. I don't know. I bought extra Okefenokee so I could stitch most of it in Okefenokee. And I really like Okefenokee. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right. But anyway, so yeah, there'll be mostly like the bottom's got a little bit of the blue, lighter blue and the lighter green. You probably can't tell there's green, but there is. Her name I've done in the blue, but I wrote her name. So my grandmother was known as Beryl, like it was her second name, but she was always known as Beryl by the family. And so I wrote her name in a green, like kind of thinking Beryl Green. That's not what Beryl Green looks like, but because yeah, she was known as Beryl, even though she is, her birth name was Elizabeth Beryl. Anyway, halfway. So to be fair, it's not going to be finished this year, but I didn't expect it to be because it's a freaking huge sampler. It's really big. Did I tell you what it was on? I did, yeah, okay. This is the weird, I feel a bit out of sorts, I guess. I'll keep going. So yeah, it's not my best work, but that's okay. You all love me anyway, right? So welcome to my mad show, really. One moment. And I'm back. You'll be pleased to know I'm editing out that blow end of my nose. You'll be very, very happy with that. So then that got that row of that four-sided stitch done, which took me, as I said, 2 evenings. And then yesterday I decided, oh, well, let's pick up, so actually I'm telling you lies. I actually stitched on I Am No Bird first. I did that a little bit on Sunday and I stitched one piece of house. And I went, cool, I've done my piece of house. Now I need to pick up. Then I picked up the red and the black because I was going to do a bit here, do a bit here. And then the red and the black just didn't take that long. I mean, a few hours, right? But it didn't take that long to finish. So I finished it. And so because I'd already stitched a little bit on I Am No Bird, my other black sampler, and then I'd finished that, I'm like, oh, well, I should do some leap year stitching. But I didn't feel like getting my iPad. And I was like, where's my iPad? Not my iPad, my tablet. So then I was, what should I do? And I was like, oh, okay, let's get those four-sided stitch done because I've been putting off that sampler because four-sided stitch isn't I don't love it. So then I got that done, go, yay. So I was like, okay. Yesterday, I decided I was just going to have a really quiet day and I was still coughing and I'm like, let's just stay home, be quiet and sort of just try and re-energize. So I picked I Am No Bird back up. So I Am No Bird, a Charlotte Bronte sampler by Modern Folk Embroidery, stitched on 40 count Tickle the Ivory linen from Dames of the Needle. This also was a stash sampler start on the 13th of August last year, and you'll see I finished it. So I just decided to finish it. I kept going and stitched too much. I kind of got a little bit of oos because I was just needed a break. So then I had a break, did cook dinner, did some dishes, and then I finished it. But so I got that gable end of the house by the man done like last Sunday, and then I started with the roof, and I was like, oh, that didn't take that long. The tiles. And then I was like, well, I'll do at least one of the birds and whatchamacallit's on this side. I don't know why I started on the right. And I was like, well, I better check it lines up. So I searched them on the left-hand side. And then I was like, well, it's only 4 lines of text. So I put on a stupid Hallmark kind of movie. It's that time of year, like those, we're leading up to those cheesy Christmas movies. And I put that on because it's so light and fluffy, don't really care. You can just comment on the bad acting. And I finished it. So I got this finished last night as well. When I say last night, I think I got it finished about 6 o'clock. So for the screen grab, I don't know which one I'll use as a screen grab. I might not use either. Ta-da! I'm so happy. So this was, did I say Anchor Black? No, I didn't. Stitched with Anchor Black. And I got her done. So she can go in the pile to join her friend, the Jane Austen. No, that is the Jane Austen sampler. No, that is not the Jane Austen sampler. That's the Bronte sampler. Blah, blah, blah. That's 1, 2, 3 of my 5 November goals done. So then it was 6 o'clock. Well, I'm not going to retire at 6, am I? So retire for the evening. I picked up one of my projects for my leap year sale, Procession of Princesses by Vivsters on Etsy. This is one of my leap year projects. It's laminated, so apologies there. So bright, so fun. I stitch on this monthly around 1,700 stitches. The last couple of months I've stitched exactly. I stopped about 98 stitches shy of my 1,700 goal just because it was a good stopping place, and I kind of am happy to stitch a little bit more, a little bit less if it's a nice place to stop, because I'm weird like that. So this is on 20 count ivory linen from Zweigart using the call for hashtag leap year sale. Started on the 29th of February, got 4 years to stitch here. And here's my little tracker. So I stitched 1,602 stitches. So I'm on 15,202. My end of November goal should have been 15,300, but I'll just stitch, you know, as long as I'm close to, I'll catch up next month. Depending on which pieces I stitch, I might go a little bit over next month. So I only have one November goal, which is to pick up Women in Profile, which is about 2,500 stitches. So I'll pick that up today probably. But here I am on my Procession of Princesses. So I had all that kind of black, I went mad last month and got all that black outline done. So that's the right hand side. And so this time, so that's where we're at. What did I do yesterday? I filled in, it's a little bit unwieldy. I filled in this sort of rose bush, this flower shrub, and this little piece of grass, which had a little light green fleck in it. So those two, filling in the colour of both of those was exactly 1,602 stitches. And as you can see, there wasn't really anywhere to fill in that was going to be only 100 stitches. So rather than start another part, I just did that. So probably when I pick this up next month or December, I might do these two. It's part of their dresses. This is also a big part of dress, but there's a whole pattern through here. So I could do the pattern, and I don't know. This shrub here I think is like that one, so I didn't want to do that one straight away. But anyway, probably do these two. I think there'll be more than, but that's fine. It's going to get to the point, especially when I'm on the dresses, that I won't be able to get a whole motif done unless I stitch and just do 2 months worth in one go, which I could do. I just don't want to get, I don't want to get more than a month behind, and I don't want to get more than a month ahead. So yeah, 4 projects, achieved 3 of my 5 November goals. And what was the date? 17th. So almost halfway, just over halfway through the month. So yeah, I should be able to get Women in Profile, that knocked off this week. And then I do want to identify a couple of other things that I want to push for a finish. I want to get Brick House Sampler, so that's now going into November as well. Brick House Sampler was my birthday start, and I did the whole bottom panel in January, and then I just put it aside. So I did last night frog out a couple of the little dogs. I think last time I showed it, because I've done my own threads on a different fabric. Some of the threads I pulled out were too light. So I stitched little dogs and they were like very pale. So I decided to frog them, and I have restitched them. I'm not going to show you something where I've just restitched it. I'll show you progress when so I did do that as well, because it took like an hour to pull out the little dogs and restitch them in a colour you can now see. So I'm quite keen to get the house done at least this month, and then I should be able to finish the other side and the alphabet by the end of December. So I'm pushing that one for a finish. And what else do I want to finish? What else can I finish? Oh, I would also am intending, and this might be early December, but I want to finish the top border on, is it Remember Me, the Teresa Kogut with a beautiful border. Really keen to get the border finished. So there might be something else I can finish. I have to look through my projects and see what else is finishable without being ridiculous. Try not to start anything this year. I think currently I'm down to, I've currently finished more than I've started. I think I've started like 21 things and I've finished 24 things or something like that. So I do have a net WIP reduction, which is kind of cool. I've got a couple of things I haven't even touched this year. Fine, I'll do a WIP parade in the new year, just show, and there's a couple that I want to change. So I haven't worked on them because they need, I want to change a couple of things about them, and that might mean a bit of frogging. Just, you know, kind of go, what's putting me off stitching this? And I'm like, yeah, the colours I pulled, probably. I don't always get it right. Like, I get it right most of the time. Fully willing to admit that sometimes you pull stuff and they look great laid down, and then you start stitching, go, nah, let's just call it and fix it. So, like, if you're not happy with it, right, don't keep going. Like the dogs, I'm like, well, I could leave the dogs, but actually they're too pale, they're annoying me. So I'll pull the little dogs out on Brick House. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. Oh my God, I reached my giveaway. I was about to wrap it up. Okay. Oh, it's going to be a long video, never mind. Okay, so yeah, that's the plans, my loose plans. I've done very well this month, actually doing what I said I was going to do. But I do have my 5-year anniversary giveaway. I have 10 things I drew. Took screenshots of the spin the wheel thing, whatever you do. What is it? The random comment picker. Took screenshots, and you can see in the screenshot the keyword for that spin was highlighted. So yeah, these are in the order that I showed them. This is the order I pulled them. So for the little packet of bling, the little the scissor fob counting pin Frogger set that my lovely friend Christine sent up for me to give away. Keyword was bling. And Patricia's one of my OG subscribers, IDL America 3354. Patricia was the first name that came out, so yay, congratulations, Patricia. I then spun for Nora, the two Floral Dreams and Moonglow. Nora, the keyword stitch. I really struggle with these stitches for stitches of sass, not stitches of stash, stitches of sass. So well done. And then I spun for Birds. That's the Frederick and Frederica by Carriage House Samplings. Angela Bradding 4119, congratulations. I then spun for Silk. That was the Common Thread 2 by Jeanette Douglas. Keyword was silk because it's charted for a bunch of beautiful silks. Congratulations. Oh, I don't know this name. Susan Lo Piano or Susan Low Piano 7885. Congratulations. Presumably your name is Susan. Probably not Susan Low. Then I spun for the first chart. This is for the slightly newer chart for bloomers. Serena Johnson 82. I can't read my writing, but I know who Serena is. She I've met Serena at the retreat. Serena's won one of my charts, the Teresa Kroger giveaway a few years ago, and I see Serena every now and then on the train. So hi Serena, sorry you've had to work so many days in a row over the last couple of weeks. You do deserve that happy mail you showed recently online. So that's the bloomers, the lovely vintage bloomers chart, the newer kind of shinier. It's the version that I paid for rather than the version I got on the freebie table. The second bloomers chart, the slightly older, not older, they're both produced at the same time, but the slightly more used version goes to Susan Radford 9503. Congratulations, Susan. I then spun for the Jesters chart, again the one I purchased secondhand, the slightly shinier version. Alison Carter 7819, congratulations, that keyword was Jesters. The second Jesters chart, the one that I picked up off a freebie table, Button Up I'm Stitching, congratulations. Then I had two giveaways for, I'm going to purchase or work with Cherry to purchase PDFs of the complete chart pack for the New Zealand Cross Stitch Ball. And I've also got enough fabric in the 25 count called for that I will send to you as well. May or may not be overlocked on the edge. My overlocker is not being my friend, so I might talk nicely to one of my friends with overlocker to say, can I come in overlock to give this stuff away? My friend knows who they are probably. But yeah, mine's just, I think, I don't want to pay more money to get it serviced. I've spent quite a bit to get it serviced over the last couple of years, and it would be cheaper now for me to, like, I don't want to spend another $250 on it when I think I probably just need a new one. Anyway, ball was the key word, and the first person I'm giving that away is, oh gosh, you can see it on the line, Stitching Past My Bedtime. I need to look up your YouTube channel. So when you email me with your address, please could you tell me what your YouTube channel is, because I can't remember if I went looking or not, but I'm going to forget to look, and I do want to find you. So yeah, let me know. And then the second name I drew is my friend Jody, Darth Vader Stitching 3519. So Jody, another OG subscriber, and yeah, and Jody's also won a giveaway in the past, and we've met. So yeah, I'm really pleased to be able to share excuse me, some of my pasta stash with you, some oldies and goodies, and some excuse me, some things that you know, people have been kind enough to share with me, such as some of the fabric from Cherry Parker Designs, and the lovely bling set from my friend Christine. So please email me. Don't send your, please email me. I want everything to come into one place. So my email's in the doobly-doo below. It's my, which email is it? liebling1919@gmail.com. That's the email I use for socials. So please email me your postal address. And also for the 2 ball winners, I'm going to need your email address that you would like the PDF to be sent to. I will probably take a couple of weeks to get everything packaged up and get to the post office and stuff. And I'm just going to give you guys a couple of weeks to get back to me. If I haven't heard from somebody by the 21st of December, which is when I expect to get everything in the mail by. I'll post earlier if I have your details. But if I haven't heard from you by the 21st of December, it's sort of when I'm getting ready to go away. Probably, yeah, I don't know, it might end up being redrawn, but we'll see. I'm sure everybody will come back to me because you're all such a lovely lot. And all subscribers. So yeah, I'm really pleased to be able to do that. Thanks. I had a few coffees bought for me this week to help towards postage. Thank you. You know who you are. It was very generous of you. So yeah, take care. And as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.